Hello, everyone. RPG Tim Kid here, back with another live stream of Final Fantasy 14. How y'all doing today? Hope you all having a good week so far in this last few days of August. It's been pretty okay for me. I can't really complain too much about it. So, yeah. But anyway, guys. So this week, it might be a little bit different. This might actually be the finale of all the games that I'm going to be streaming for a while. This should ideally be the final stream of 14 until the next update. Thursday should be the finale of Final Memorials 3 Hope, since that's not too long to being over. And then we have Live Alive wrapping up on Saturday, since that is should be wrapping up as well. So yeah, guys, that's basically the streaming schedule for this week. After that, I don't know. I think I'm going to take a little bit of break of streaming. I'll have to look at some stuff coming out just to see if there's anything of like, oh, hey, this I feel like would be a better stream game than this would be a better stream game than the live series. So yeah, that's stuff I have to look up. But of course, guys, I release videos every single day as well at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, or at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. if it's a day that I'm streaming. Currently, guys, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out in the earlier slot. We have some great stuff coming out of that. I hope you guys looking forward to it. And from Sunday, Monday, and today will be the final part of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. You get to see how Xehanort and why Xehanort became the Seeker of Darkness. So I hope you guys are really looking forward to that when that last part comes up later today. Alrighty. But of course, so that means Digimon will be back on Sunday, or not Sunday, we'll be back on Wednesday, tomorrow, if you guys watch this live. If not, then Digimon has already been back. Digimon's actually going to be wrapping up fairly soon as well, so be on the lookout for that as well. Alrighty. So yeah, now we just play the waiting game for the thing. Play the waiting game so we can continue on. If this does wrap up, say with like an hour, or with, I highly doubt, because we have like 6 missions left or something along those lines. I think there are some things that I think I'll know what we can do. Actually, you know what? Let's actually start making our way over there just to make sure that I know that that is where I think we can go. I just gotta remember what it is. Is it it works, I believe. I'm just waiting for some DPSs. Oh no, it wasn't here. Shit. Oh, it's here. It's that an old Charlie. Duh. I can't remember where. Let's just go here. I mean, it doesn't matter once I get it. I should have honestly just waited. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Actually, I found the right place. So, alright. Here we go. Storm's Crown. We're gonna fight, what's her name? Yeah, so yeah, it's continuing on the, this will be continuing on the Pandemonium quest. First, we must face this bitch. Barbaricia.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
So my guess is we won't be saving
Such rich, exquisite evening. My head shivers with anticipation. why did I just wait? You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
God.
I'll slaughter you all. Your desert trap. I'll make it right. dodge this if you can! I'll make it. Feel my fury! No good later. No! I will not be denied!
Huzzah.
There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet... You're finished. Damn it all!
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Oh, shit.
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Though Sierra remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern, at any rate. Being part void sent, her physiologically may be rather different than ours. Let's observe her for a while as we discuss her next move. I like the way my axe looks. How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say without the aether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. It would be best to take her back with us to the source. There she would be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, so it seems we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Very well. I'm just here in my woman's jacket. Andy, might I ask you to hold on to Barbaricia's memoria? I may yet serve a purpose. Oh, what happened to her? You have business with Zero. We have a newcomer. A former minion of Barbaricia. Let her know when she wakes, will you? Barbaricia's minion. Why not go and find this newcomer? So we might have something to tell Zero, if nothing else. Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, Andy? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez. Golbez! You're the ones who fell Barbaricia. I won't make trouble. I'll obey, so please let me stay. If you will obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell. Only the Archfiends are allowed into his domain, wherever it is. None but they know. I see. A better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are, he uses them to talk to those far away. Unlike link pearls, at least in function. That will be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I'm satisfied, so let's rejoin the others and head home. 14th. We will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? Oh shit, I should have actually, like, read that thing. Ah, well, it's not a big deal. It's not like there's really anything for me to come back here to. It's not like there's side quests or anything to be done here. Back to Toria, then. And then it's home. I'll put you right in my pocket.
You're all safe. Thank the sisters.
Thank the sisters.
A moment while I close the gate. There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
We're actually very close to wrapping up the main story here, so we'll definitely do the Pandemonium story, most likely, at least one of them. Master Dole, we have been expecting you. If you follow me, I will show you to your guest chambers. Bam, bam, bam.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely.
And with a new friend
But
who's going to join our
before you all enjoy
scion.
the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
We actually only have two memories. We have two missions left. Now that we did the...
While she appears none the worse for wear, She remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery?
Is there
If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void sent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void sent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel. Were Zero wholly void sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
It is no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Okay. I don't care which one. A world with light and life. If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales functioned admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go and meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned with fighting Void Sons in the 13th. But of you, my friend, have you any intermediate plans? I just worried about Zero. In that case, might I trouble you with a small task? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Merides Merain and ask for suitable refreshments? Excellent. In the meantime, Nadanya shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each then turn to our respective business and reconvene unknown. Zero's breathing appears to be less strained than it was in the 13th. Wakefield should hunt for. Welcome, Mary's Main. Please make yourself. Wait, that's female. Please make yourself comfortable. What? I guess that the sand trap has cuts from hunger. Of course I'd be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. Mouse quality of a living mortal's aether should suffice. Fruit. Ah, yes, that would be perfect for someone coming out of a long slumber. Please take these apples with you then. They've just come in, and I can guarantee their freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. Are we actually going to wrap this up within like an hour or so? God damn, now I feel even worse for not being able to finish this up last week. Is my stupid item level. Dun, 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 dun.
Light.
Light. Bitch, wake up.
Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful! Ah! Ah! What is this? Some sort of fiend? A fiend? Where is it? Where? But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
Eat.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we Voidsent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while, you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
Okay.
You have my thanks.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say no, so. This world is brimming with ether. You don't think I just stand here in the breeze. Glad I might hear that. So, is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? But I don't expect I'll collapse again. It'd be good to know where I can produce more if necessary. It is, Marion, it is then. So I'll introduce you to the head waitress, Minute A. Now come you, please get on your side in order to receive the quest objective, blah 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 blah. shit. I actually have to, like, walk there. Alright, I always forget how this works. Can I use this? I think I can, as long as I'm within. Yeah, good deal. The place, yeah, it's different here. But speaking of the heat, there's a texture to it, a fullness, and I get that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Night cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious. I hope you will agree. We could attempt to introduce Zero to Melaine himself, but Melaine is more likely to be available. Melaine. Look at the Marines, man! Greetings, Melaine. Introduced to Zero. She's an esteemed guest and asks that you see her meals during this day. Ah, yes, Marion has told me. Oh, please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. You hear that Andy has eaten the apple. Well, the place cooks can prepare whatever you desire. It's certainly a quick and convenient food. Remember it. You are the ones there who are going to fight about. As for some ritual related to eating. The dancers. They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It is a form of entertainment, part of our culture. Uneasily complicated, we avoid and prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now. Your world, too, must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose to visit Baljan Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. Dun, 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 dun. I guess it wasn't that far from where I was, but fuck it. Here's all the goods over that I come to trade for my tombstones, which I am gonna work on getting at least all those graded stuff in there for when the next one comes. Marketplace, where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Razad Khan has served as a trading hub, and here you'll find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. You should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tombstones. If there is not the desire, she'll take care of it. So that's what tombstones are for. Avoid since returned with them on occasion, but I never knew the purpose. It struck me as useless trinkets. I can understand your sectional point. On this subject, there appear to be no shops in the 13th. You never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged. I do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. We design objects and kill whoever has it. I see. The bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. We shall bear this in mind. With that, let's continue on. Suppose we head to the high crucible of Al-Kaniyama. No, we're not too far from it. I'll just, okay, I guess that is all I can do, just run to it. Why, Master Vitra, how may we serve you this morning? Here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there's no rush. Pray take as much time as you require. Know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies and can provide you with healing as well. When I think of it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start, that I was a soul occupying a vessel, not my own? Are they common in our world? Given the chance, many shed their bodies to change stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. I've had enough food for now. Nothing more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to crying outright. I dare say you're tired, so let us save it for another time and return to Mega Duta. If what catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. I want to see if there's like anything else. I guess right there. Did I actually grab the one in here? I'm assuming I did, because otherwise I won't be able to do some stuff. I'm assuming I grabbed this one. But it won't let me travel to, so maybe I didn't. No, I don't think I did grab it. Nope. Better late than never, I suppose. Sort of fruit. Pitiful things, though. You need to eat a lot to deserve any satisfaction. There are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we won't have the silk to make our fashions. They are our weaves. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medical properties. It would be hard pressed to find it a more useful plant. That's so. Aside from food, I won't consider any other purpose for it. Master Vetra and Andy too. There's a young Merihad, and that must be your sister Yasha. So I'll well at the orphanage. Yes, Your Excellency. Oh, right. These are the kids we got the thing from. Or like he helped. Yeah. The other children are very nice and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Oh, Estinian watching after an orphanage is like, yep, nope, true. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit. That as well. Is she a new friend? You know what that is. What? You mean you don't? She's a visitor from a faraway land. You see, she's so unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Zeno seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? More or less. See, but it's not fun to play with so fulfilling. I still do not understand why. Why you traverse the great expanse? Why risk life and limb for you? I waste energy dwelling on such things. I'm not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing but knowing his heart. I'm sorry I can't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault's not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we had better get back to our errand. Goodbye! It was nice to meet you. I thought I understood the way of your world. The more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's also strange. Your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. The feeling's not unwelcome. I'm learning, bit by bit. It's the right decision to join you. Buried memory. I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding, and 'twas in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let's return to Megaduta. Megaduta Day. Welcome back, Master Do. Will you be heading to the guest chamber? Chicken. Soup. Veggies. Wine.
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
There's a lot of mortals.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men. Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria.
Eidolons.
My mother was one such Memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
And so you were born part Voidsent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Voidsent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition, into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void scent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
Prepare for the biggest history lesson of your life. Long ago, 15 fucking million years, all this bullshit happened. There's a reflection in the thing in the ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-ba. Light begets light and light begets darkness. Play through Final Fantasy XIV 1.0.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. After which, some intrepid young souls succeeded in restoring life back to lands thought lost to light. Which gives me cause to hope the day may yet come when life springs forth anew in the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, We will have need of your power when next we face Voidsent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
Now I really do wish I was able to have this at the last one. All time in the void was short. We managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives. And it cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend. For your encouragement to embark upon my search anew, and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts. Of this we can be sure. But with you at my side, I have confidence that we will succeed, that we will finally liberate my sister, and that we shall return home together. Boo! Ah! Yeah, food. I guess I really only use that for my other classes. Technically, I only have one in terms of battle, but oh well. Meanwhile, where bullshit is happening. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbaricia. Useless, the both of them.
I love Golbez's voice.
It was no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
I'm seeing new voices, Golbez.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation. Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Ha ha! Some excitement for a change.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall.
Well, they're not saying... I can't find his voice actor, so that's fine.
What
sure we'll get it
irony
eventually.
that the blessed damned should set us free. As I swore so long ago. The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled!
Even realms long lost to the dark may find in memory rebirth spark. Buried memory. And now we wait. Alright, so I said this before, I'm going to say it again. We are going to keep on streaming because it's only been an hour. We're going to do the pandemonium stuff now. Yay! Oh shit, I'm in the wrong spot. How many like updates there were between after the main story of Shadowbringer and Walker here. Technically 6, but so they had a patch 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, and 5.5. And then they had a patch 5.55. How about post Stormblood? Yeah, 5.6, okay. So it seems like there's roughly about a decent amount of updates before their next main story expansion, so... Alright, so if you guys don't know the story of the Pandemonium, it's basically an area within the area that we go to. What the fuck? Oh, you're... it's an area where we go to talk to... Wait, did I get that one? Yeah, so. Ooh, I would love to actually get these. So. Yeah, it's basically kind of like La Habrea's, I don't want to say origins, but it's like what he's been doing. Andy, I made a breakthrough. After countless days and nights, I finally hearkened to the crystal's whispers, I must say. Claudian, where are your manners? While I understand all too well your enthusiasm, I must remind you that even the most academically inclined prefer a composed recounting of events. Yes, of course. My apologies, Andy. Being consumed by my research for so long, I'm afraid I've quite forgotten how to engage in civilized conversation. In that case, perhaps we should start from the beginning. With a crystal set adrift upon the ethereal tides, containing the memories of a party yet unknown. They cried out for deliverance from pandemonium, where the ancient keep violate volatile creations under lock and key. Yet you yourself witnessed the power devouring the facility from within, and the avert of a divine monstrosity wrought of a mythical beast and power mage. Fortunately, your material prowess and the combined magical talents of your companions Thermus and Ecothalnius has sufficient to restore order to the circle of Astrabudolas, but the greater threat remains. In the depths of pandemonium, a presence yet stirs, its intentions and identity shrouded in mystery. That is the issue at hand, is it not? Yes. Since you returned to us, we worked tirelessly to discern the nature of the crystal. In the process, I detected an anomalously etherical signature, which I believe arose from the memory stored within. Analysis of the pattern suggests a feeling of loss of yearning, specifically the yearning to be made whole. Indeed, ambient readings have revealed a faint but identical signature. This can only mean that another such crystal exists in our time. So my friend, I must depart to search for it forthwith, by tracing the matching ethereal signature to the source. I believe it will be a simple matter to find our crystal's twin. Professor, will this expedition be carried out only by us, or will Andy grace us with his protection? I'm afraid he has more pressing matters to attend to, my dear Rushanan, namely to seek out the secrets which lie nestled within Pandemonium, where this all began. From all that we have heard, it appears that times traveled from the Crystal Tower is not fluid. That is to say, one can but travel the predetermined intervals. It would be prudent to check in on occasion, in case there are any unanticipated changes. As for you, my loyal assistants, I would ask you to remain here and continue cataloging ancient creations. Look at me. You tell us there's a crystal on your own. Why, yes, that would be the most efficient use of resources, would it not? In fact, I have already commissioned a ship to pilot for the very purpose. Trust you to take good care of the laboratory in my absence. And then, of course, there's like another story with the 12 gods and such too, so that's more so the raids. I apologize for that somewhat abrupt departure. When progress is in slight, Professor Klein intends to become blind to all else. Indeed, he may have seen worse than usual. I cannot fault him for his excitement. I do wish he would spare a thought for those around him. For reasons unknown, the crystal seems so loath to be overheard. Much as it spoke only to you last time, none but the professor was able to capture its ethereal yearning, which has served only to convince him that he can solve this puzzle on his own. Surely after some time alone, he'll come to remember how valuable we are. Search for this crystal seemed to be a simple enough matter. Let him have his adventure, and upon his return, I'll certain he'll be back to his usual self. As for you, Andy, it must be best to return to Pandemonium, as Professor Claudian suggests. Speaking of which, I did have a request of my own to make. Traveling to Pandemonium requires you to pass through Elpis, correct? There's something I would have you investigate in my stead. While those creatures confined within Pandemonium are considered to be failures, I doubt that's the whole story. Barring exceptional cases, they must have been under observation in Elpis before being consigned to their shackles. And if we know anything about the ancients, it's that they know they would keep those records of the results. Ah, brilliant. Delving into those records may shed light on creatures Andy has yet to encounter. If they proves correct, that is. While there's no guarantees, it certainly beats the current strategy for rushing forward blindly with only his strength to carry the day. For your own sake as well as ours, please unearth what information you can. might only do one of them fights. We'll see. Seek records of Pandemonium creatures. I said Thanos just finished pursuing the very same. I should not be surprised that we both arrived at the same conclusion. Luckily, I've saved through the trouble of gleaning what information I can. Ah, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives. Perhaps instead I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. As should we, for I have undone the warding signal blocking the entrance to Absioso. I come here merely to chase an idle suspicion while waiting your return. Fortunately, while Pandemonium protective wards continue to be assailed by our unknown foe, there have been no fluctuations so great as to make me doubt Ekioto's capacity to keep watch over Astiotos while I'm away. He works diligently to master it immediately, that he might deliver the creations back to their cages by his own hand. I thought it best to give him time to hone his craft. And since fate has brought us both here, I would ask you to accompany me while I attend to another matter. More idle suspicions that I would like to chase down. Rest assured, it shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. Come, he has agreed to meet us near the nuance to Pandemonia. Actually like move all my mounts to like fourth spell instead. As I proposed our expedition to Pandemonium, I could not help but be mystified by how strongly the warriors we encountered felt for La Habrea, whether it be for good or ill. Hespesos and Exaltos were two sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the other looks to his father with bald hatred. Right, La Habrea is a father. I would not expect a familiar such as you to understand this, but such extreme emotions towards a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude towards my mother and father, yet we are all equals in the large picture of the star. The view is not unique to myself. It's more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, researchers of Pandemonium seem to view La Habrea with an feeling approach observation. Whether driven by love or hate, they have all been drawn to him. There are many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling besides. To decide the best course of action would be to go straight to the source and pose my questions to a member of the words of La Habrea. Apologies I kept you waiting, Master Themis. My son, you're conducting an investigation of Pandemonium. I wish to know of its origins. Indeed. In particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandemonium was built directly under Elpis. The facility is overseen by the words of La Abrea, after all. Why keep it so close to Elpis, whose governing body has no say in the day-to-day operations? At first I thought it would be simply a matter of convenience. These creatures which we deemed failures by the researchers of Elpis could be easily ushered into their new homes. Imagine my surprise when the trip to the archives revealed that many of the creatures were sent from organizations beyond Elpis, including from the words of La Abrea themselves. Given this, albeit limited information, I cannot help but feel that Academia Adia would have been a more fitting locale. What does Elpis have that cannot be found there? These are fitting questions, and ones we have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandemonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they are now. As you surmise, the majority of the creatures kept within Pandemonium were sent from Elpis. Yet as the years passed, interests changed. Failures and creations deemed too flawed even to submit to Elpis paradoxically drew the attention of Pandemonium's researchers. That's quite the change. In fact, it almost runs counter to the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creatures will be subjected of research? Master La Abrea. Such authority is reserved for the Chief Key Ward, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role. If Pandemonium's resources were being used, it would be under La Abrea's authority, correct? I know not what you're suggesting. The keywords also hold some sway within the facility. Not even Master La Abrea will be free from their scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. I admit, as of late, their communications have been somewhat sporadic. But we but recently received a report from one of the keywords saying that all is well within Pandemonium's hall. Really? You're certain that a keyword sent it? Yes, of course. Communications suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can't issue you that the words did their due diligence in confirming the identity of the sender. Thank you. This information will be helpful in my investigation. I'll be all for my prying. I shall take my leave. If you are permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warder's work is delicate. It would be remiss to disrupt them for longer than necessary. Well, great lie, that can be both attest. One of the remaking keywords is most certainly with the party behind this. Yes, sir, I know not why our adversary sent that report, but it is plain that we must present Pandemonium with all this. There we go. I won't accidentally do stuff. I cannot guess as to why this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill, as it acknowledges that our mysterious mastermind has at least one more keyword to puppet. Regardless, they have chipped their hand, and we would be remiss to leave XIV at the mercy of their machinations. Let's hope no harm has befallen him. This is La Habrea's son, I believe. I've traced these signings countless times, and still I lack the strength to maintain the spell. And now time works against me. I can no longer be victim of my own ineptitude. There's something to be admired in such single-minded efforts, even if your methods leave much to be desired. You allowed this familiar to catch you unawares, if you set your sights so high as to forget to walk upon the earth. You know this creature, familiar the Phonix, that monster is locked away. That it is, despite the trouble I went to freeing it, I might add. Begrudged me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form, if you must. But with control of Acidosis rests from my grasp. This is simply the best I can afford you. Hide if you will, but mark my words. I will find you and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. No, there's no need for such hostility. A calm heart stays the course. The wisdom of La Habrea, your father. How do you know what wisdom he speaks? I have heard these words many times. The scolding of a tutor whose student struggles to grasp the most rudimentary lessons seethed with disgust. No. I've not told that to anyone. Not even keyword Hesperos can only mean one thing. That still you insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, La Habrea. At last you move to keep up. Pity that you remain behind nevertheless. What? As ever you are, always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act. And though fate deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. You are bereft of magical prowess of common sense both. But you need not despair. Dull though you may be, you are yet indispensable to Pandemonium's great experiment. There's the affliction. Tell me, do you ever want to measure up to your expectations? You shall. Take pride in that and rejoice to see your wishes fulfilled. What wish? Come and all shall be revealed. At this rage, this hatred is but a consequence of ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. What's up with you? Uninvited guests join our reunion. It seems fortune no longer favors you. I have any interest in listening to prattle, let alone bowing to your will. I'm no longer a child, and my faith lies with those who have earned it. So these are the heroes who brought Hesperos low, even as power divine flowed through his veins. It is plain they are worthier subjects to conduct and contend with. Shown up even a moment later, sure to think what would have become of me. Something I must tell you, who is behind this. It's about one person who can hold thrall over familiar creature and keyword alike. So there can be but one conclusion. Brea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. There is logic to that. There are few with the wherewithal to even consider experimentation on such a scale, and alone the capacity to create demigods of man and beast, with the rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation of the woods, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny, even as it provides him the authority to wield dangerous magics. He serves as veil and mantle both. Still, I find the notion hard to accept. Misdeeds portrayed here could not have been done by Brea, I know. You have met him, yes? Do you think he is capable of this? Yes. Skill far more than you know. We elaborate the man of few sculpts if it brings his goals closer to in reach. That alone should be enough, but let me assure you, Brea holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. While he may not be one to let emotions stand in the way of his mission, I cannot believe there are no depths to which he would not stoop. Though we met but briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Though his methods are ever unorthodox, they seem guided by a firm understanding of what is just. There's no way to find out for certain. We delve deeper into pandemonium and pull back the curtain on this mystery ourselves. Wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw with my own eyes, even if it was discomforting to behold. We must move forward with no excuse of caution. Brea or whoever is behind this has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of pandemonium. We can safely assume the other keywords won't greet us with open arms. Agreed. Let's make our way through Abiosio one careful step at a time. Shall stay by Ezreal's side in case our enemies think to target him again. Can I trouble you to take the vanguard? As a precaution, I shall safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure that, even should we become separated, my phantom warriors will still come to your aid. If it does come to battle, the keyword's magic will put us at a disadvantage once again. Luckily, we have you to even the scales somewhat, so you shall be liberated with your weight. the 5th circle. Alright, we'll probably just do this one and this one only, and then I'll be done for today. I normally don't show these things off for you guys. I am more so about the story bits, but seeing all these other things too is actually quite fun too. Okay, this music. Oh, it's Carfinkel! So good. get one of these things once per week. Ah, well. That's so dumb. This is what research is conducted on creatures embedded with poison and venoms. Extraterrestrials and I conveyed not far from here. Seems our foes find it more difficult to surprise us. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Even alone, you are a force to be reckoned with. Part of me is glad you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. Hey look, it's La Habrea. The circumstances different. I might thank you for keeping my son alive for so long. But I believe we can forego introductions, unless I have misheard you. Possibly perceptive. Yes, I'm La Habrea of the Convergence of 14. If you truly are who you claim to be, then answer this question. That can wait. What is this? Now, this is curious. Drop of wolf at your feet reacts to aether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin aether, and an unfamiliar composition besides, is of no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will get the same result. But I advise you to think carefully before deciding your next action. Strike me down here, and Excelsius's wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena. Mother, you would dare hide behind her name? Well, listen well, Excelsius. We are of the same mind concerning your mother. You have your allies for protection, so what harm is there in hearing me out? Excelsius, wait. There's a question I must ask first. If you truly are La Habrea, why speak such blatant lies? Bitter in defeat, are we? Say my name. Simple request. Themis, was it? A trifle soon forgotten as you are. That I knew to pride in the complication would never suffer its negation. You saw his station with this farce. Themis, what are you saying? La Habrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real La Habrea will never call me by that name, Themis. What trouble have you gotten yourself into, Elidibus? Elibus? Oh shit, Themis is Elibus? Pasta. You have no right to claim that form, that mask. Oh, you're not going. Who? It was a mask that sickened me to wear. The mask of La Habrea, a man who values his position above all, who would murder his own wife in pursuit of his duty. Yet you would assume my name and wield power that are mine by right, any worth you may have hinds in which you so despise. Such trivial provocations will not be going to fishing this ere my work is done. Atrocious. Listen well. I am Hephaestos, and it is I whom you shall call father. So that's actual father, and like he was adopted by La Habrea, considering they have the same hair and everything. What in the name of creation? Would do well not to stand idle while enemies are about. I believe an explanation is in order. Elidibus, let's return safely so you may provide it. That sounds more like the La Habrea I know. Before we depart, however, I must offer you an apology. As La Habrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the congregation and emissary of their will. For reasons which do not involve you, it is necessary to hide my identity while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excuses my deception. I honestly didn't have a feeling. I should have said to pick one. Pick one? Second one. Your perception does not surprise me. When the time comes, it shall make my explanation all the easier to understand. In any case, we have pressing matters to attend to. Let's do as La Habrea suggests and return to the gates. We can speak there. Please help him. Save him. Huh. As you're all aware by now, I am known as Elibus. As my dear friend Azium and I detected irregularities and pandemonium, we decided the best course of action would be to hide my station as I conducted my investigation. I am sure La Habrea as well is eager to find out why I hide who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak to you, my friend. Although neither Azium nor I had ever met you in the flesh, you came with his highest recommendation. That alone was enough for me to accept you as an ally without question. That somewhere in the world is a guiding star so similar to myself as out there assumed Azium to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in his heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, I had heard stories that Mistress Vanat, who held the position of Azium previously, journeyed with familiars much like yourself. I made the decision to trust you all the easier. She too now dons the white robes of an advisor. If she placed her absolute faith in you, I know I would be in capable hands. Aware though I was of the path you had walked, I had no intentions in exposing you. I really wanted to meet you, travel by your side for a while. I may know but a small portion of the whole story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never lead me astray. I wanted to tell you that. Alrighty. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this stream of Final Fantasy XIV. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got done with the story, so that means there's no more. There'll be no more Final Fantasy XIV streams until the next update, which could happen in December or November. We'll see. That's my guess, December or November. Because it was like April was the last one that this came out, and then we got this in August. So you get either November or December, or they might hold off until January. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this stream. Whether you watch live or archived here on YouTube, I will be back streaming on Thursday with the finale of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Thank you all again, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for some, and of course Saturday as well for some the finale of Live Alive. Alright guys, thank you all again, and I will see you guys on Thursday and Saturday for some more live streaming fun. Bye bye.